Shalom, giving all praises to Yahawah, Qadash. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. And I do mean the hopefully elect. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, John the Apostle saw the CBDC in action. So what I did was I put in CBDC in the US. And you know what this is going to lead into. I'm not going to make this long. So this is what it says. It says a CBDC is a digital national currency. In the case of the United States, a CBDC would be a digital form of the US dollar. Now, I said this previously in another video, most of my bills are paid for, digitally. Get a check, whatever, put money in the kiosk in the bank, whatever bank that you have an account with, and you set up an account with the if you like cable, cable TV, it comes automatically out of my account. So I just got to make sure the money's in there. A smartphone, a lot of people go to if you have Boost Mobile, you go to the Boost deal and you pay it there. So the way mine is paid is through, it's taken out because I set up an account and they take it out. They got my account number, they take it out. And that's pretty much, I would say 95% of all my transactions are done that way. Outside of that, if you go shopping somewhere, you buy gas, paying rent in some places, if you pay your mortgage or your rent, you have it set up with the company, so it's taken out digitally. Now that's going to go with the U.S. government, with the IRS. They'll either give you money or take away money. And it's going to be easier for them. And really easier for us because you don't have to, all you got to do is make sure the money's in there. When you drive highways, bridges, you used to pay toll, stop, give the person the money. So now I'll say the tri-state area, I'll say pretty much the whole country, but the tri-state area, when I mean that, I mean, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, and then outside of that, like if you go up to Boston, to Mass, Rhode Island, you go down to Delaware, go to the DMV, which is Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, which is, DC's in that region right there. Philadelphia, if you anywhere you go in that region right there, everything is the money payment is totally phased out. So if you don't have what do you call it, Easy Pass device, you better not go through them tolls, because if you go through them tolls, they will deduct the money. Well, they'll send you a bill, because they take a picture of your license plates and send you a bill. But the way they got it set up to force people to accept that digital form of payment, if you go over this bridge, it's $3. Sometimes they don't even tell you what it is, and then they send you a bill, But certain bridges, roads that you go through, they'll say, if you go over this bridge, it's $3 with the Easy Pass. If you don't have an Easy Pass, you'll get sent a bill for $8. So what is that going to make you do? That's going to make, if you're going to work and you're going over that particular bridge, instead of paying $8 a day, that's 10 days, that's $80. 10 days with the Easy Pass is $30. Common sense says you can go with the Easy Pass. So they're going to do that with everything. And this is going to be a somewhat slow process of getting everything digital. This is why, and this is what John on the Isle of Patmos, John the Apostle saw. This is what he saw. He didn't understand it. Like I said in the previous video, something to the effect that we know more than the prophets, and you got certain people got upset at that. We do know more than the prophets. Everything that the ancient prophets saw, I'm talking about the visions that they saw, because what did prophets see? Visions. They didn't understand them. Their peers didn't understand them. The fellow Israelites didn't understand them. They looked at a lot of the prophets as being crazy. They didn't accept a prophet is not honored in his own country or his own land. So what the hell is this guy talking about? He's a bug out. So everything that the prophets of old and the apostles, which are also prophets, everything that they saw, they wrote down, but didn't have a clue as to what this meant. Even when the angel explained it to them, it still went over their head. So we here are the prophets coming back. You got guys writing books. I'm gonna write a book on this. I'm gonna write a book on that. The book's already written. All you got to do is break down the book, decode the book to the people. Shout on the rooftop, as they say. That's why, at one time we got a lot of scoffers coming against us. Not too many scoffers on our pages now, because they're beginning to see things that we said, what them guys said, GMS or whatever, what they said 12 years ago, we laughed at. Now it's coming to pass. And it's going to be a major shakeup with all these major camps that came out of One West or stemmed from other One West break-off camps, split camps. The ones of you that are teaching contrary to the way the GMS is teaching it, you're gonna have to do a lot of explaining, and you're gonna have to do a lot of soul searching and thinking about how are you going to explain it to your people? Because the bottom line is this: the followers that come up under you, they don't know what's going on. They're like sheep. They don't know what's going on. They're docile. Docile meaning ready to learn. If you give them the truth, they'll take the truth. If you give them a lie, they'll take the lie because they don't know better, because they're sheep. That's why the scriptures in Ezekiel 3, it speaks about warn the people. And if you don't warn them, the blood they're going to die, and you're going to die because the blood is going to be on your hand. But if you warn them, they're going to die, and you're not going to die because the blood is off your hands. So this is why us here at GMS constantly teach them, go into them prophecies. So let me continue to read. And like I said, the timetable, they said that July, which is a month, not even a month from now, about 25, 26 days from now, they're going to start with the CBDC. And it's already happening in 114 different countries around the world, which includes Africa, certain European countries. Nigeria, they pretty much, everything is digital now. Forget about the paper dollar. Everything, it's called I believe it's called the Naira, if I'm not mistaken, which is a digital Nigerian dollar. So let me do some more reading. I'll make this short. A CBDC is a digital national currency, because it's dealing with a national bank. And guess who's going to be in charge of this? What bank? The Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is not going to go away. It's just they're going to switch everything to digital. In the case of the United States, a CBDC would be a digital form of the US dollar, like paper dollars. A CBDC would be a liability of the Federal Reserve, a liability of the Federal Reserve. These dollars are a liability. These are debt notes. So the CBDC will also be debt notes. But unlike paper dollars, a CBDC would offer neither the privacy protections, nor the finality that cash provides. This is what jumped out at me. It says a CBDC wouldn't offer neither the privacy protections nor the finality that cash provides. So this is a major liability because if you go through a red light, camera takes a picture of you going through a red light, they send you a thing, and then they just take it out of your, just take it out. We got a picture of you. So we just took out, $100 or $50 from your account. You got to eat it. And that's why you got cameras all over the place. It's not, and they say, oh, we got cameras where schools are. They don't give a damn about the kids. They don't give a damn about that. Inside joke. Anyway, this is what I did. Went to the drop-down menu. Which banks are using CBDC? Now, Standard as a bank in the Americas, in New York. ING, Deutsche Bank or Deutsche Bank, that's a German-based bank, but they have branches in the U.S. if I'm not mistaken. The banks will be custodians of the CBDC accounts because the head bank will be the Federal Reserve. They're just going to change the way they do business. And payment types include P2P. I think that means person-to-person transfer. So if you're a mechanic, you work at a mechanic shop, you do a little side job on the weekend, you're going to have to do a electronic transfer through the person that you're doing it. You change the guy's brake, you might charge him $100. So out of his account goes $100 and goes to your account, and it's on record with the Federal Reserve. So you can't do side jobs no more. Everything's, and then why they do that? Because at the end of the year, you did 200 side jobs, which add up to $5,000, and your taxes is 25% of that, but you have deductions, so 15% goes to the government. Okay, so this is good for the government and not for you. E-commerce, purchases, anything you buy, they know. Purchases and in-store transactions, which are more in line with the consumer-oriented retail CBDC. You got credit cards now. And then eventually it will come down to where, well, credit cards are going to be obsolete and everything's going to be an app on your smartphone. And then people lose their smartphone. People steal other people's smartphone. So eventually what they'll do is everything will go into your body, which is biometrics. You're going to find out that Great Millstone was always right. So you other camps that's teaching contrary, you got a lot of explaining to do to your people. Unless they're just so, out of it. They just, whatever you say. Let me read this here. Central banks, let me get ready to close. Central bank CBDC backed by a government and controlled by a central bank. So that central bank will be the Federal Reserve System, which is known as a bank of issues. Look that up. Will give households, consumers, and businesses a secure means of exchanging digital currency, because just like I make payments and it comes out of my account, if somebody says, oh, we never got the payment, well, it's on record with my bank. So I said, well, let me go to the bank. I said, it's right here. There was an exchange from my account to your account. So then they can't say they never got the check. A CBDC also provides a country's central bank, which is the Federal Reserve System, with the means to implement monetary policies to ensure stability, control growth, and influence inflation. influence inflation. What does that mean? Oh, we don't have to experience inflation no more because the CBDC is here. No, you still will experience inflation with the CBDC because I just read it. It said monetary policies to ensure stability, control growth, and influence inflation. You have a thing called inflation and deflation. So prices will go up. There was one more to that. Let me see something. There was something else that I was, let me see. Did I pass it? Okay, I think I read this. If I didn't, I'll read it again. Damn, where the hell is it? Okay, this is what I wanted. Does the U.S. have a CBDC? It's already in the works. The laws are already passed. The Federal Reserve has made no decision on issuing a central bank digital currency, CBDC, and would only proceed with the issuance of a CBDC with an authorizing law. So the Federal Reserve has to wait until President, Congress get together, and it's a bill, then it becomes a law. They agree, the majority agrees, it becomes a law. Okay, so now the Federal Reserve can step in. And then, like I said, there's going to be a point. It's going to be like Nigeria. It's going to be just like Nigeria. They're going to cut them. They're going to give you a certain time limit to take your paper notes and turn it into digital notes. So if you got money up under your bed, if you don't change that in, that money's going to turn into wallpaper. So let me leave you with this. Let me see here. All right, let me come here. I'm going to show you what John saw that which he didn't understand. We understand it clearly. And there's men out there in Israel that don't even understand it, don't accept it. This is, give me a second. So that's the best. You want to find out what's the next big major prophecy? It's this thing that we here at GMS been talking about. So this right here is wallet more payment implant installation medical clinic. They got their own clinic. Wallet More has their own clinic. Why do they have their own clinic? This is what John saw. He's explaining what he's going to do to the guy. You see that, you know, you're in an operating room. Guy lays down, he's confident. That's the thing. That's the charagma. That's the karax. This is the karax. The charagma, and this is the karax. The root of charagma is karax. So John is seeing this, and he can't make heads or tail of it. See this? See it? That's the karax. This is not the charagma. What's going inside of him is the charagma. The delivery system is the karax or syringe. So John is looking at this, writing it down, like, what's this all about? Then he sees people making purchases. That's a Karagma. It looks different than the others. There's going to be different companies that make them different ways, but it has your information in there, medical. You know, like you put apps in your smartphone. You'll be able to put it in this right here. There it is. There it is. You sewing them back up. And I believe they're based in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. And that's the left hand. So this got to be Europe. And America is going to be on the right hand for the most part. He's got the Band-Aid on, he's healing, and it's in there. And you just can't pull it out. You can't press the palm of your hand and the thing pops out. It's in, they surgically put it in there. This is a surgical procedure. Let me come back over here. He's explaining it to him. That's surgical procedure. Whole world's going to be tested. And he's happy about it. Yeah, I got it. There it is. It's going to close up and become a part of him, a part of his body, which is biometrics. So you're gonna have several different, and you know what? If you was an Edomite, a demon, you would invest in these things because there's going to be a lot of money made for people that invest in this. But we're not to invest in this. We're investing into again going against the prophecies. So anyway, I'm sorry. Let me do this here. What is this all about? I get a chance, I'll watch this. You see this picture right here with the dude with the very long hair, look like dreads. Anyway, and you see these videos, right? You know how the algorithm works. See all these videos right here. More videos related to this one here. So it's going to happen like the Most High gave to John, which GMS and Sakari, I'll put in Sakari. They're the only two camps that really go into it. GMS more so, and that's a fact. So there's going to be a major breakup. Anyway, with that, a shakeup. With that, I'm going to say shalom.